was at this. Um, hmm, let's see. Okay, we can start right there. All right, so welcome back. Still really, really early, so I still gotta be quiet. As promised, I was gonna work on this as soon as I got up, but I do have to take care of some IRL stuff pretty shortly. Just go to the gym and do all that fun stuff. So I'll start this. After I'm done, I'll double back, have lunch, do this some more again, and we'll go from there. I'm only working on this and the horror video today, so it's gonna be an all-day streaming thing because I have the day off. All right, let's delete that one more. Right. All right, we kind of went into a lot of detail about how she is in verses. Okay, need to. That's fine. That's fine. Right. Okay. We got a good area where we can go. Um, I need to add a little subsection here. So this is shit. That's section 16. Oh, this that's real. Section 16. I'm gonna be quiet for a little bit because I am not a morning person, so I need my caffeine just to wake me up. Once you start getting to my age, caffeine is life. And as usual, if people do have requests, just let me know. 10 times out of 10, I will probably know. I'm just the guy that literally had no life. Nah, I just had a very interesting life when I was younger, but nowadays it's just I just know a lot of lore. I'm related to a lot of subjects. No. Really, it really does get a bad rap. So again, we're just gonna make sure people know this. You know, Okay, then that's good. You don't need that extra. Hold on. Well, we won't even call this 16 for now. There's more we can do with this section right here. Okay. Besides some of her edgelord colors, her palettes are relatively tame. Besides, yeah, besides the edgy ones. Okay, I can do something here about that. And even her outfit, compared to Catalina's full blown night outfit, she's just wearing a casual outfit for the most part. It's when she goes into her install that's like, oh, armor. It's armor. It's very revealing armor, but it's armor, all right. Yeah, we'll just go with that. Yeah, because some of her palettes, they're tame. Then you start getting deeper into the palettes. It's like, wow, this is pretty dark and edgy. I mean, I can't say anything. I use the majority for dark palettes because I just think they look cool. Understanding her design for wow. Uh, she's just not wearing armor. It's literally what it is. She's just not wearing armor. Okay, voice actress. Noir's voice actress does a pretty bang up job. That's for sure. Oh, jeez, the Noir. Way for me to describe it is she goes through every spectrum. That's good. Again, this is gonna be a relatively short stream because I want to get my IRL things out of the way first because we're not doing anything today. This could be a very long streaming day. So when I get back from the gym, I'll do this again because this one's almost. I think it's almost done. I'm gonna review the outline one more time to make sure I didn't like miss anything. Because with this one, I want to make sure every stone is checked. We're not leaving anything uncovered here. Like, we're making sure everything is good to go. Uh, so I'll do another spot check with this one. And if I feel like I add anything more, I'll add some more. But I think for the most part, we got almost every base like hit. But if we can add more, we can add more. But today's goal is just get this to the scripting phase and start the scripting phase for the horror one that I was working on. Gold is I'm gonna wait for a couple of days because I actually need to start getting ready to start animating shit on my end because I'm about to finish up on Soul Santo. It's gonna be a busy couple of days, but I'm not doing. We're not doing anything because we're about to go on block leave. So 2 weeks back home. Um. Polished exterior. Yeah, it's a mask. It's not as crazy as Rosa, but it's definitely a mask. Mask. If I can spell it. They're trying to keep the redundant stuff like to like the minimum here. Like we don't need a lot of. No, we need as much detail as possible, but we don't need to go like crazy. Okay. So we can keep that as we can put that as section 17 now. Um. Hmm. My 9 pages. So this is probably be at least a 30-minute video. 20 to 30 minutes minimum. 20 minutes minimum at least. Just fine, but ugh. What more? Okay. So as we talked about fan misconceptions, we can go into detail about like how she. Yeah. Okay. Okay. This is gonna be funny. Okay. Look, she's well respected, very well respected, very very well respected. the hell is texting me at 9:20 in the morning? Give me a sec. The fuck? See, that's the unholy period. Between like 6 to like 10, that's like why bother bothering people? I'm up, but still, it's like come on. Yeah, we can't deny that she's a great leader. That's for sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's power. Yeah, competence. Use elegance. Elegance. Yeah, we can use that. Elegance. He's funny because she'll start she'll using Granblue Versus as an example. She'll come up, do a proper bow, then just goes batshit crazy. I gotta do like 15 more minutes. I definitely gotta get going. The earlier I get this done, the more I can do later on. And it's gonna be like another 100-degree day, so I'd rather not be out there in the afternoon because that's just that's just miserable. Back to it's like always 100 degrees over here. I don't know how people do it. I am not a fun the sun type of person. I like my snow. Moments of being warm. Yeah, warm. That's fine. Uh, so in interactions, I'm involving Katalina. Some empathy, self-awareness, self-awareness, and she's humor, even humor. Yeah, she is, and yeah, believe it or not, she's an actual person. Like imagine that. Yeah, moments like this. Okay. In a sense, there's duality here. It's not as prevalent as other characters I've done before, but there is duality. There definitely is. Uh, duality. Duality, not contradiction. Yeah, duality, not contradiction. Duality, not contradiction. We can emphasize. Okay. We can emphasize. I can spell it right now. We can emphasize non-binary rates. That's good. All right. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I mean, I hope you can see how complex this can be with certain characters. I enjoy doing this. This is it's fun. It's actually fun digging deep into characters like this, seeing things from a different perspective. Like characters like Vira just get like such a bad rap. People just don't they don't see that there's a complex character hidden beneath the cuckoo from Cocoa Puffs. But I enjoy doing this, so I got requested to do it, so I was gonna do it. And I try to make these videos more than your average everyday lore video. We try to keep things a little bit different. So my approach is pretty different when it comes to these. I take a more psychological approach. What makes that person tick? The gray matter up here. But I actually got to review that real quick. Uh, okay. All right. So the brain's role: obsession, memory, and emotional survival. Trauma hyperactivates the amygdala. Uh, this is the worst possible word. It's the amygdala. Brain's threat detection center, making Vera sensitive to any signals of loss and abandonment. This leads to a fixation on perceived emotional threats. I use the amygdala a lot in my horror lore videos because that little peanut-shaped thing in our dome, it's our threat detection thing. Like that's how we view threats. Oxytocin, which is the bonding hormone, in a sense, paradoxically intensifies her obsession, creating a neurological loop where attachment becomes entangled with fear and anxiety. I didn't think I was going to use that one though, but yeah, I'm going to keep that one. The prefrontal cortex, which is right here, which is responsible for impulsive control and emotional regulation, is impaired by stress and trauma, reducing Vera's ability to moderate her reactions or reflect rationally. Default mode network, DMN, brain system for self-referential thought and narrative identity. This contributes to Vera's fractured sense of self and difficulty maintaining a coherent personal narrative. Limbic system, which is right back there. Letting Vera's letting in Vera's cycles of emotional pain and fear reinforces her obsessive behaviors as coping mechanisms. Coping mechanisms. I thought I was going to use. I don't need to use more, but I think we were good in that regard, for of the brain aspect of it. BPD, DPD. Yeah, that's good. Oh yeah, that's what I was supposed to do. I need to. Obviously, I know about Medea because of Fate, but I have some knowledge of Lady Rokuju and Eurystheus, but I just want to go into a little bit more detail about them because yeah, those are, and I quote, mythological yanderes. Vira, in a sense, can be seen as a tragic heroine shaped by her own mind. Yeah, she literally is. Okay, this one was the. I gotta read this over again because I was kind of speedrunning this last night. So Vera's horror is existential, the terror of non-being, the erasure of self beyond physical death or madness, i.e., Vera's emotional anchors Katalina. So if for some reason Katalina disappears from her life, hypothetically, then some dark implications could happen. Usually with yanderes, excluding Vera in this example, are intimately attached to their loved one, but it's usually the case that they have no one else in their life to fill the void. So if they can't have that respected person, then shenanigans could happen, such as getting rid of important people in that person's life or rather obstacles in their way. But if for some reason that person disappears, then the yandere, then, then God, where did I hate you? Then the yandere could potentially do something drastic, such as completely and utterly going ballistic, or worse. In Vera's case, it's different, mostly because in contrast to the average, basic, everyday yandere, she has attachments to people. For example, she is respected amongst her peers and build interpersonal relationships that go beyond the common yandere. Expand on that later, which we've already expanded on that. We don't need that anymore. One could see her losing Catalina as not only fear, but being forced to live without her is something she could potentially not live with. Again, Catalina is seen as an anchor, a stable self to cling to. She's not afraid of losing Catalina. She's afraid of having to live after. Yes, I am copywriting that because actually I actually made that one. So she's not afraid of losing Catalina. She's afraid of having to live after. This is an existential void that defines her tragedy in a sense. Okay. Yeah, right. Alright, so let me just go over what we added today. So visual and audio subtext, contrast between a gentle, elegant color palette, violet undertones in her design underscore duality. Her outfit, in contrast to Katalina, is more reserved. Like she's literally just wearing a casual outfit, while Katalina is just full blown. I'm a knight, just not having a helmet on. The voice actress's performance shifts fluidly amongst reverence, pain, sorrow, anger, etc., reflecting Vira's emotional volatility. Her polished exterior is a mask, the instability beneath the core truth of her character. Fan misconceptions. Popular culture often reduces Vera to the crazy Yandere girl stereotype, fetishizing violence and instability. This underscores the complex trauma and grief underlying her actions, leading to dehumanization. This video advocates empathy and nuance, encouraging viewers to see beyond the memes and appreciate the human cause behind expression. Yes, like there's a complex character there. She's not just the crazy yandere girl. The Vera beneath, taking away the yandere tendencies. So, and I quote, she's kind, refined, capable. Outside her fixation with Katalina, Vera is shown to be very intelligent, composed, and respected. Her leadership is respected and admired. Competence and elegance. Her speech is refined and elegant, and she demonstrates poise, tactical intelligence, and proper manners, indicating that she isn't as unstable as she is portrayed. Moments of clarity and warmth. In interactions not involving Catalina, we can see glimpses of empathy, self-awareness, and even humor. Moments like this hints at what she could have been if she didn't have the stigma associated with her. Duality, not contradiction. We can emphasize that Vira's yandere traits aren't her entire personality. They can be seen as trauma responses laid over one's whole self. The tragedy is not that she's insane. It's that she never had the potential to live differently. Okay, so that's good. We did about a good 32 minutes of work. So again, let me go take care of IRL things. I just gotta get the gym out of the way because I'm not trying to go out because it's gonna be like 105 again today. So let me go take care of that. I'll come back. Then we'll get started more. We'll do more on this because I feel we're at the point where we start wrapping up this outline. I think I might start script writing today because this could be an all streaming day. So I'm gonna be working on this alongside with the horror one that I'm working on. So good shit. I'll be back in a little bit. Have a good one. Be out.